Today's incident will wake up your soul. Please watch the incident till the end. The cruel son killed his noble mother in hunger and thirst on the 10th day of Muharram. Then what kind of punishment was given by Allah Pak on this cruel person? The day of the 10th Muharram is celebrated by all the Muslims with utmost respect and honor in the memory of the martyrdom of Karbala. We feed the hungry and give water to the thirsty with the thought that what kind of atrocities were committed against our Prophet in Karbala. How small children were tormented with thirst. But this was such an unfortunate son who was probably the shadow of Yejide. Where people were giving water to the thirsty people, this cruel man was killing his noble mother by torturing her with hunger. And this noble woman's only fault in this was that she loved the Ali Bayt and had faith in Imam Hussein. This is the incident of a woman from Baghdad Sharif who was a very virtuous and pious woman. She used to have love for the Prophet of Allah, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his Ali Bayt. Whenever the month of Muharram ul Haram started, she used to feed and drink people hugely in memory of the Prophet. She used to give water to the thirsty, used to serve water to the traveler, and used to help the needy. Allah had given her only one son by fate, and she loved this son very much. She was a widow. Her husband had died, leaving behind a lot of land and property for her. She had brought up her son alone because at the time of her husband's death, she was in a vulnerable state. Allah Pak had given her this son in compensation for her husband. Her entire universe was her son. She loved her son very much. She wanted to raise her son in a good manner and spend his childhood in an Islamic manner. The child was very good, very kind, and obedient to his mother in childhood. Till the time he was little, he remained in front of his mother. My mother scolded me for every bad thing and explained. Since childhood, he had been seeing that as soon as the month of Muharram ul Haram started, my mother would make many arrangements. She doesn't cook anything good at home, and neither does give me good food at home, but she serves good food to the people outside and also helps them. But now he was growing up. When he grew up, he used to go out with her friends as well. He was not among the good people. His friends had very bad manners. Before he used to pray 5 times a day and used to keep fast in childhood. Mother taught him namaz. He used to pray namaz along with mother too. Mother also taught him the lesson of love for the Ali Bayt, but now on the words of his friends, he used to stay out of the house all night and had also started taking drugs. His friends started instigating him at this time that the purpose of life is to live life like this, enjoy and live comfortably. Whatever your mother has, it was left by your father and it is yours, and you have the right on it. He, influenced by the words of his friends, started spending the hard-earned money of his father on debauchery. Month of Muharram ul Haram started. The mother told the son that, son, one should always do good, but try to do as much good as possible in these 10 days. Earn as much reward as possible. Feed the hungry and give water to the thirsty. This is the expression of love for our Prophet. Prophet. This is the expression of love for Imam Hussein alaihi salam. The son was already burdened by his mother's failure. In his eyesight that his mother is probably wasting that money. His friends had brainwashed him that only you have the right on this money, and your mother is wasting this money on the poor. At this time he did not say anything to his mother. He listened to his mother silently, but whenever his mother spoke in the name of Imam Hussein, A.S., she distributed money to the people, or gave cold water, milk and sherbet to the people, or helped the poor by giving them some money. Her son would get very angry on this and would say, Amma, you are just wasting money. Hearing this, his mother get very surprised and explained that whatever we have received is through the Holy Prophet and his Al. She told her son the biggest reality of her life. His mother told that Allah Pak had blessed us with a child after 5 years of marriage. You were born in our house after 5 years of marriage, and even when I took this vow in the presence of Almighty Allah, that through the donation of Imam Hussein, you bless me with a child in my house. As long as I am alive, I will keep fast on 9th and 10th Muharram in memory of the martyrdom of Karbala, and will also do niyaz as per my capacity. Only then Allah Pak gave you in my lap with the donation of Ali Bayt, but your father could not see this happiness, but Allah Pak put the happiness of the child in my lap. Then on the night of 8th Muharram, the mother said to the son that I will fast tomorrow. Son, you will also fast with me. When you were young, you used to keep fast along with me on the 9th, 10th day of Muharram ul Haram. You know that you used to offer all the namaz with me, but now you are elder, you have become young. Fasting and namaz have become obligatory on you. Now you neither read the Quran nor offer namaz. Son, the people in whose company you have started hanging out are not good. His mother lovingly tried to explain to his son. His son angrily shouted at his mother and said, "If you keep fast, then it is your duty. Don't keep sticking after me." He had become so disobedient that he had even come down on harlotry. His mother was very upset because of these actions of her son. One day a friendly woman suggested that you get your son married. After marriage, if he is spoiled, then he will improve. When the wife will come, she will get him in her hands. She liked the advice of the friendly woman. She said that you are absolutely right. Once he gets married, he will understand his responsibilities because right now he is careless and will improve when his wife comes. Thinking this, she decided that after Muharram passes, she will get her son married. While this, she was searching for girls. She saw a family where there were very pious, worshipping people. When that girl came in front of them, she fell in the heart of this woman. She thought that now she will become my daughter-in-law. After deciding all the matter, she decided that she would talk to her son when he comes home. When she came home, her son was already present in the house. He said, "Where have you gone?" The mother told all the matter to him. He started saying that I cannot get married now. I don't have any interest in marriage. The mother started saying that the girl is very beautiful and the best thing is that she is noble. He said that okay. He agreed to get married. Actually, he was trying to save his life at this time, but after Muharram passed, she got his son married to this girl. His daughter-in-law used to serve her mother-in-law a lot in the initial days of marriage. She was feeling very comfortable because her daughter-in-law had taken care of all the household work. The son also used to listen to his wife, and now he did not stay out of the house. Earlier, he used to have drug habit. Now, because of his wife at least, he did not stay out of the house. He also lost the company of his friends. On being explained of his wife, he also started working hard. His wife controlled him like this, trapped him like this, forced like this that he was already not his mother's. But now he has become even more distant from her. Mother Used felt very bad about this, because he was understanding all his responsibilities, but was making only one mistake. He was doing that he was making his mother feeling very sad. She told her daughter-in-law to do this, that my son listens to you. Tell my son to go and sit with his mother for a while. Don't know how daughter-in-law told this thing about her mother-in-law to her husband in which way. Don't know what happened to her husband, that he came to his mother full of anger at night and overturned her cot and poor mother fell on the ground. He started disobeying her, saying, "How dare you to talk to my wife like this? First of all, that poor girl keeps doing household work all day long, does cleaning, washes utensils, washes clothes and also cooks food for you, and serves you and me so much, and still even this you are saying that she had controlled me, is taking me away from you, has snatched me away from you." The poor mother was looking surprisingly at her son. "Son, I didn't say anything like that. I just said that you should give some time to your mother too." Her son told the mother that, "I'm not discharged all the time. At least I do some work because of my wife. Everything is because of her efforts. What have you done in my life? You have so much wealth and property, but still you have made me dependent on every penny." Hearing his words, his mother got very sad because the mother loved her son very much. She did not give money just because for this her son used to hang out with his revel friends, but his mother. But now his mother had decided that my son has improved now. So now I will transfer all my property to him. And his mother called near him today to talk about this. But now seeing this attitude of his, the mother thought for a moment. I was shocked that my son raised his hand on me for the first time in his life. And she was also looking at her daughter-in-law. Her daughter-in-law was very cunning. Whatever she said had a trick in it, and that trick worked. Seeing her daughter-in-law, the mother started crying. She wanted to get her mother-in-law out of the house and wanted her to get everything. Her mother didn't said anything at that time with him regarding property, but here, her daughter-in-law and son had other plans. The son had now started hating his mother intensely at the behest of his wife, and this enmity grew to such an extent that he wanted to take revenge from his mother and wanted to somehow get end of his mother. After a few days, the month of Muharram ul Haram arrived. One day the son was sitting near his mother, and his mother said, "Son, the month of Muharram is about to come, and by the grace of Allah, Allah has blessed us so much that we can easily feed 1,000 people in a day, And now I'm thinking that we give double the charity this time, because this month is the month of sacrifice of the children of the Prophet. The martyr of Karbala sacrificed his life in Karbala, hungry and thirsty. The son who hated his mother in his heart started thinking that if I had my control, I would sacrifice you. On the advice of his mother, he did so with a smile and said, "Why not, Amma? We will give so much charity on this Muharram that the whole locality will remain to see." His mother said that, "Son, charity are not given for show. Charity and donations are given purely for the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala, because it is not our food and its flavors that go with him, but it is our intentions. It is our duty, with remembering Ali Muhammad, with the food given by Allah Ta'ala, to feed its servants with the provision given to them, and fill the stomachs of its servants, so that Allah and his messenger are pleased with it, and also refresh the memory of the martyrdom of Karbala, that how they were martyred for the glory of Islam, with an hungry stomach and thirsty throats." Now the first day of Muharram ul Haram had started, and the days passed like this. Here the son was worried in his heart as to how should I get my mother out of this house. Instead of making him understand, his wife told him not to say such rude words to his mother, and that too in such a nice way. The day when Allah Ta'ala listens to the prayers of his servants is the day of Muharram, the day on which the Al of Prophet, peace be upon him, had sacrificed. You are talking about killing your mother on this very day. Are you less than Yazid, who wants to kill your mother? Who has heaven at her feet? You want to kill this heaven? Instead, she would make him understand that don't say these all things. Instead, she started adding more fire. She started instigating him. The wife started telling her husband that this old woman will once again plunder our wealth with her own hands, and before she leaves us penniless, we will definitely have to do something about it. The unfortunate son said, "That is what I am thinking. What could be done this time?" His wife said, "I have an idea." He said, "Tell." She said that tomorrow is the 10th of Muharram, and your mother fasts on the 9th and 10th of Muharram. You will kill your mother tomorrow, and we will tell people that she was ill, and while fasting, her health deteriorated, and she died. The son said, "But how will we kill her?" She started saying, "In a little while, the 9th of Muharram fast is about to break. You do one thing, bring me the poison. I will mix that poison in your mother's food. When she vomits, she will die in agony, and we will reveal to people in the morning that she was ill, and she died due to the weakness of fasting." Instead of being horrified, he would have slapped his wife on the face. His eyes lit up hearing this. How unfortunate and worse the child was that he was thinking like this towards his mother. But they had no idea in their mind that their mother was standing at the door and listening to all of this. She was stunned to hear this, and she fell on the ground, exhausted with grief that her son thinks like this about her. The sound of his mother's fall reached the ears of both husband and wife. They saw that their mother had heard all their talks. They got scared and ran towards their mother, fearing that she might go out and tell the people of the locality about their conspiracy. That mother somehow handled herself and stood up and started moving towards the door. So her daughter-in-law came and caught hold of both her hands from behind. She was an old woman, and she was also fasting. She did not have the courage to confront them. Her son had become a complete Yazid. Mother said, "I can't even imagine that you are only after these few pennies. You were planning to kill your mother. I was thinking that you have improved and have started understanding your responsibilities. That is why now I will hand over all my wealth to you. But maybe I was wrong. You can never improve. You are not worthy of this. So I have decided that I will sacrifice my everything in the name of Allah. I will hand it over to the orphans and the poor. That is why now I'm going to tell this decision of mine to the people of the neighborhood also, so that even after my death, you will not have any right on anything of mine, and people will stay witness of it." When the son heard this, he became even more angry and said that I have the right on all this, and all this I can get only after your death, and even if I have to kill you for this, then I have no regrets. This unfortunate son has picked up a sharp-edged stick from the cook, and his wife has already controlled his mother's hands from behind, due to which he used the knife on his mother's neck. There was no difficulty for this disobedient son in stabbing his mother's throat. On the day of the 9th Muharram, this cruel and unfortunate son killed his hungry and thirsty mother while she was fasting, and her only fault was that she used to love Ali Bayt and spent in the way of Allah. Like how one slaughters a cow in this way, the wretched man slaughtered his own mother. That mother was drenched in blood, with fountains of blood flowing from her neck. She was lying on the ground in agony. Seeing the bloody scene, the ground was trembling and the sky was shaking. A mother was brutally killed by her son. The mother was looking at her son with longing. She was not able to say anything because he had stabbed her in abundance. And then in agony, the mother recited the Kalma and died. Now his wife cleaned the blood and threw the mother's body aside. Now both of them were very happy that everything had become theirs, but at the same time, they were also worried about how to tell people that his mother had died naturally on her own. The wife said to her husband, "Congratulations, now only you are the inheritor of the entire property." He said, "We will go to sleep. Anyway, in the morning it will be a very happy day for us." Those cruel people had forgotten that Allah's punishment was going to descend on them very soon, because he had committed such a major crime for which there was no forgiveness in front of Allah. From this very night onwards, the series of punishments on him started. As soon as her son slept at night, a voice came to him from the depths. "You have done this injustice to your mother, which Allah will not forgive you for. There will be a grip on you, and there will be a very tight grip." Now this is just the beginning. It had already happened, and the son started going crazy from that very day. Don't know what influenced his mind so much that he started acting like a madman and began pulling the hair on his head. His wife was surprised to see what had happened to him. Now his wife started making noise in the locality, saying that her mother-in-law died while fasting. Hearing this, people entered her house because that woman was very kind. She used to help everyone, hence a large number of people participated in her funeral too. But here her son behaved strangely. He would tear his hair, stand up in fear after a while and say, "Look there, she is standing, she will kill me." People thought that maybe he was shocked by his mother's death. When they went to give a bath to this noble lady, the embalmer saw and realized that this woman had a mark of something cut on her neck, as if her throat had been cut. This news slowly spread to the whole crowd. When people started questioning her daughter-in-law, she got scared and said, "I don't know." I had gone to Amma's room in the morning to wake her up for Zohar prayers and saw that she was dead on her bed. But people could not digest her answer, and there her husband had lost his senses and was talking nonsense. People prayed for the funeral procession of this noble woman and then started taking the funeral procession towards the graveyard. As soon as they started taking the funeral procession of this woman to the grave, they wanted to put her son in front, but her son was retreating due to fear, and people got in great doubt because of this action of her son. Iyar was saying that she would not forgive me, and then finally the truth came out of her mouth. Her son said in madness that I killed my mother. I killed my mother. Finally, people awaited long to hear this before their doubt turned into belief, because the embalmer also told everything the Imam Masjid. He also told that this woman did not die by herself. Instead, she was murdered because there were very deep cut marks on her neck, which clearly shows that this woman has been murdered, and there were the mark of injuries at various places on her body. After all, the Imam Masjid was also waiting for the same attention. Imam Masjid, who was a good old man and was the Imam of this mosque. That old man then approached her son and said, "Oh, you presumptuous one, now tell me with your own mouth what you did to your noble mother." That son started saying that I used to be jealous of her. Who is jealous of their mother? People stand there was screaming at him. While saying this, he started saying that because she did not love me and she had taken control of my wealth, that is why I killed her. The old man said to this unfortunate person, "You did not even have any sister or brother with whom she loved, and this everything that was there was yours. You killed this noble woman so cruelly, and that too, only for the greed of wealth, and that too on the day of 9th day of Muharram. When people are afraid of committing crimes, they are afraid of hurting someone, and you killed your own mother. Your mother was a pious woman. She used to help people, and you martyred her in this fasting condition." There was silence among the people standing there. Seeing this, such a cold-blooded son, everyone's tongue issued only "Uff" and "Astaghfirullah." Old Imam of the mosque said, "Throw it aside and clean this pious woman. Allah's punishment has already been revealed on brutal, and only Allah Ta'ala will take better revenge on it." After this, the same thing happened. Allah Pak, such a painful punishment was revealed on both husband and wife, that people were forced to say Astaghfirullah. The body parts of both of them started rotting. They were affected by such a disease that while they were alive, their body parts started rotting and they were infested with worms. And the same thing happened with his wife, and one day she died in agony due to this along with this body, and their wealth was of no use to them. Then when people tried to bury him, everyone saw with their own eyes that even the grave refused to accept him. Fire was coming out of her son's grave. People were scared to see these, but ultimately it had to be buried, and he and his wife were buried inside the burning grave. People remember this scene till today. On one hand they say Subhanallah, thinking about this woman, and on the other hand, after seeing the mark of his son's warning in the grave, they say Astaghfirullah. So whatever happens within his grave will definitely happen, but in the hereafter, wonder what will happen. People had seen with their own eyes in the world what is the consequence of disobeying a mother, because whatever children do to their parents, they will have to see its immediate implementation in the world itself. And if you do listen to your parents, if we respect and honor our father, treat them with love and affection, you will get the reward for this in this world itself. And if you do not treat them with love and affection, and do not respect and honor them, and do not take care of them, then forget the fact that your children will take care of you instead. Your children will humiliate and disgrace you even more than you. Then for God's sake, take care of your parents. Allah Ta'ala have placed heaven at mother's feet, then how can we even think of disobedience to our mother? I pray to Allah Almighty to grant us the ability to obey our parents so that our children can also become obedient to us. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alamin. Dear friends, with the intention of goodness and reward, please share this video to other people. Who knows that this may touch someone's heart, and we are destined to get the reward. For similar stories, do subscribe to our channel Voice of Tasbih. If you like the video, like it and express your valuable opinion in the comment box. Don't forget to do it.